Hey guys, coming to you from my office slash car with the AC running because it's noisy in my house, and I know I normally film outside, but the bugs are loud and it is hot AF. Like, it is 7:30 at night and it is still 90 degrees. It is miserable. So here we are. Anyway, long awaited the chicken chaffle video. I know I've been promising this for weeks. I had to get a new mini dash waffle maker. I'd had it a little over a year and a half, and the nonstick coating had started kind of peeling off. So obviously I junked it. I think I bought my original one for like $8 on a Black Friday sale. So obviously I got my money out of it. So I picked up a new one yesterday at Target. They have gone up a little bit. They are $12.99 now, but still a great price for such a cool little gadget. Anyway, I am including in this a voiceover for the whole cooking process, but I am in the description box below going to put the entire recipe and all of the macros for both the entire recipe as well as each individual chaffle. The recipe will make 5 if you follow it the way that I have listed. So I normally can eat 2 or 3, and I normally split them with my daughter. They are like her favorite thing that I make. They're so quick, they're so easy, and I find that they taste a lot like the original McDonald's chicken nuggets. They're super tasty. You can eat them plain if you want to use a condiment and dip them. I mean, whatever floats your boat. I like them in sugar-free barbecue sauce. Most of the time I eat them plain, but every now and then I'll use some of the sugar-free Sweet Baby Ray's. Yes, it's dirty. Works for me. If I'm having sugar-free barbecue sauce twice a month, I'm not gonna sweat it. My daughter normally dips hers in ranch, but they're really good and they're very satisfying. They're super high protein. The macros on them are great, and they are low carb, keto, and carnivore friendly as long as you are cool with dairy. So I am going to, like I said, leave all of the information in the description box below, and bear with me with doing a voiceover for the video because it is noisy in my house. So the recording was very, very loud. So I'm going to voice over everything for you in that, and I hope that that helps. So again, I am so sorry for the delay, but I hope you guys enjoy it. And please, if you do try it, please let me know. I would love to see how you like it, and if you make any alterations. You can definitely use other canned meats. I have done this myself with canned tuna. You could do it with canned salmon, and the recipe variations are really pretty easy to make. I will actually try and do a tuna version video coming up soon as well, because it makes a really awesome like tuna melt style patty. So we will do that next. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know how you like it, and go. Okay, so starting out, you're going to need a mini dash, a mixing bowl. You also need one of the 12.5-ounce cans of chunk chicken breast. Right now I have the Teeter one, but I often get the Kirkland brand from Costco. You're going to drain that and empty it into your mixing bowl. I kind of messed up here. Usually I break it up a little bit more with a fork before I start adding the other ingredients. I like to use triple cheddar or sharp cheddar, and here I'm adding a 1/2 cup. I always start with a 1/2 cup first, and then a little bit of black pepper. I do not add salt to this. I do heavily add black pepper, but no salt, because the chicken is salty, the cheese is salty, so you don't really need to add any salt. I'm adding 2 large eggs, and basically once I get everything added, and I know I end up dropping a little piece of a shell in here, but I rescued it and got it. Look at there. So anyway, I start with this mixture and I mix everything together really well with a fork, trying to break up the eggs and get everything really well incorporated. I try to break up the chicken. Like I said, usually I will break up the chicken before I start mixing everything. I find that it's just a little bit easier than trying to do it all together here at the end. Now I do find that this is a little soupy. Like I said, I start with a half a cup of cheese and then I add more as needed. Typically, I find that it's between 3/4 of a cup and a cup of cheese to make the mixture the consistency that I'm looking for. So I end up here adding another half a cup of the cheese just because it's a little too wet the way that it is with only the half of a cup. So I keep trying to mix it and break everything up and get everything together. But yeah, it's just a little too soupy. So we're going to go ahead and add another half a cup of the shredded triple cheddar. And I usually use either the triple cheddar or the Harris Teeter brand double cheddar. Those are my favorites. And then sometimes I'll use just regular sharp cheddar, but that's my favorite combo to mix in. And like I said, I do not salt this at all. Between the canned chicken and the cheese, it's plenty of salt. Whenever I do have it on hand, garlic powder or onion powder are great additions to this to give it just a little extra pop of flavor. But you can really go wild. I've made it spicy. I've added like red pepper flake and cayenne before for my husband. But this is the consistency you're looking for. You want it to kind of fall apart a little bit. You don't want it too wet. Just because the texture to have that like really chewy, substantial texture, you want it a little bit thicker. So here we are. I have my mini dash and I've got it preheated, and this is my brand new one. Like I said, the old one that I had, some of the non-stick started like flaking off, which is not awesome. So you do want to still grease this. I have Pam. I don't use it, but just showing it to you as an option. I usually use either butter or coconut oil. So I happen to have a little coconut oil and I'm using my little silicone brush. And since my coconut oil is room temperature, it is pretty, liquidy and easy to get a little bit on there. And I just kind of lube up the whole thing and just get it well greased. Yes, it's messy. Yes, it drips. That's why I have the paper towel. A paper plate works really well too. But I just try and make sure I get into all of those little cracks and crevices on the mini dash before I put in any of the mixture. Now this mixture will make 5 chaffles. So you just want to kind of pile this in here and spread it out to each of the edges, but about the thickness of a regular waffle, because it will not rise or fluff up or anything with these ingredients. So you just want to kind of form it in there, close the lid, and I always press it closed, to make sure that it's well closed. And then we time it for about 5 minutes. So 5 minutes, we will see a little bit of steam. You can do this really anywhere from 4 minutes to like 5.5, 6 minutes, depending on how crispy you want it. 5 minutes is my favorite. That way it's like a chewy texture and a little bit crispy around the edges, but it's not overdone and it's not too soft and soggy or anything like that. So I typically let it go, for right around 5 minutes in order to get it to just that right, chewy, perfect texture. So I'm not sure why I didn't just speed this up. I probably should have to save you a little bit of time watching these steam. But anyway, here we go. Getting ready to open this guy up. I come back. This is 5 minutes has passed, and I use the same fork. I'm not crazy concerned since the egg is the only thing raw in here. And this is how we're looking. It should pop out pretty easily if you've cooked it long enough. If it is not cooked long enough, it doesn't like to come out. So I just rest this. Normally I use a little wire rack off to the side, and I rest it over on the side, and then I just repeat the process. I use the same coconut oil, my little silicone brush, get everything nice and lubed up, and then add more of my mixture. And this will make 5 equal sized chicken chaffles. So, like I said, I normally will eat 3 of these myself and then give 2 to my daughter. And I mean, they're such a great, macro profile, lots and lots of protein. You do have plenty of fat between the egg and the cheese. Obviously, this is something, if you don't tolerate dairy well, you might need to make some adjustments, but it works well for me here and there. Not all the time. But here we are on my grandma's plates. But we have 5 of these, and they're a little flexible, but they're nice and chewy. And you can see they pull apart pretty easily, but they're substantial, and they've got so much flavor, all of that black pepper and everything. I mean, like, they just taste like it's the fast food fix for me. And with these, super easy to just eat plain, or pick your favorite condiment if you want like a sugar-free honey mustard or sugar-free barbecue sauce. And I'm pretty sure I was talking in this video also, trying to demonstrate that I had taken a bite. I took a bite. But yeah, I have some sugar-free Sweet Baby Ray's on hand that I use. My daughter usually uses ranch to dip it in. And I mean, it's just such a super easy, super quick, super delicious, quick, awesome, low carb, keto, carnivore friendly, as long as you're cool with dairy meal. So I hope you guys give it a try. Let me know if you do. Hit me up in the comments. Love you, mean it.